What is going on, Smite fans? I am joined by Deathwalker here. We are going to be doing a solo lane tier list for your viewing pleasure. Forgot to mention the solo laner for Hexmon, but you probably know that if you've been watching thus far. Deathwalker, I've gathered here a few characters that I grabbed and a few that you insisted must be added as well to this bank. So we're going to start with Achilles. What do you think about Achilles solo in the meta currently?
I hate Achilles, honestly. I
love that.
I don't think he's very good. Well, basically, I don't know. It just feels miserable whenever I play Achilles. I feel for the 10 minutes, I'm just like miserable. I'm like crying, like, oh, can you do my blue, man? Oh, wait, I gotta spend 10 minutes clearing the wave, you know?
Right,
I'd say late and stuff like that is pretty solid. Just fighting in general. Like, if you can fight with him, good. But you know, I'm allergic to that, so I'd say like maybe DC, some of them there too.
All right, let's put him. Let's put him C for now, and then how you get a feel. Maybe you'll move him as we go. Okay, Amaterasu, she kind of clears her own buff. That's got to be a little bit better. You pick Am every once in a while. What do you think about Am?
She's nice. Like, for the first 5 levels, she struggles. But post 5 levels, like, when you can insta-clear the wave, you know, like with your 2, that's when it feels nice. But she can be a bit awkward in team fights, though. Like, I'm not even sure what the hell you do with her sometimes. Maybe, like, B.
Okay, all right, so we'll move on up to B. All right, so now, this is one of those picks that I had to add just for you. This is not something, if anyone else was here, Ares wouldn't be in the discussion, but you have played Ares solo. What's the value to Ares solo? Where, do you think it's just a valuable counter pick, or are you picking it? Okay.
It's a good counter pick for, I think he's good like against Arthur. I mean, obviously I played it against Arthur. Basically anything that clears slow, if you can make him clear slow, right? So Tyr will clear slower if your area is into it, or like Terra will clear slower. Not that anyone plays Terra anymore. Like Hercules, stuff like that.
Anyone that needs a dash, and you can
anybody that has to clear the wave with like a dash, or like it speeds it up drastically if he has a dash, you can pick it into. And I would almost always suggest going Compassion.
Okay.
Like you can go Conduit early, but I promise you, you'll hit level 20 and you'll be like, why do I even have this item? So like with Compassion, it also helps because his farm's not great, so you get the GP5, right?
All right, so
solid counter pick, but all in all, like kind of gimmicky, right? Not very reliable. Maybe like, I mean, I would still pick him over Achilles, to be honest. But
wow, okay, so
just like, put him like C, I think.
Okay, so this is like a higher tier C than Achilles at the moment. All right, Atlas is one of those picks that we've seen a bit in the SPL as of recent, like a hybrid Atlas build. I'm not sure if it's something that's your speed, but you think there's value to it, or not your style?
Atlas, I like Atlas. I don't mind him either. But it just feels so slow in lane. I don't like him much. I don't like how he feels in lane. I love him when he fights. You know, like when you're fighting, when you're actually hitting the solo laner, it feels pretty powerful.
I mean, you're in lane more than you're fighting, so it's okay if you hate this.
I hate it.
Okay.
I kind of want to put a D.
All right, do it. This is your tier list. I am just a
Oh
hand.
my God! I don't have to be objective.
You can do whatever you want.
Actually, put Amy A.
All right, we got Ardio.
I mean, it's almost the same as Atlas, in my opinion. Like, when you're fighting, it feels good, but if you're just clearing, she feels so slow. Like, every time I play Artio and I'm just, like, power farming, I don't know, I kind of hate it.
All right, so
like
you hate Ardio.
Yeah, D tier, I think.
Oh, D tier for Ardio. Okay, I'm down with this. I will sign off on putting Ardio in D tier. Not for her goodness, I don't care about that, just I don't want her in my game, so everyone...
It's just, this might even be like a feel tier list.
All right, there we go. This is the Deathwalker solo feels tier list then. Let's continue as we
go. Oh, Bellona feels good. She feels good.
Feels good, all right.
Probably like, I mean, I want to say maybe S, but sometimes I'm not too happy about her late game. Okay. Sometimes, but just S. Go S. She just feels great. Clears fast, unkillable. You can contest like 1v2 at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Your build path's kind of fun, unless you go sovereignty. That means you're allergic to fun. Yeah, I mean, just like a lot of cool stuff. I think, I don't know, just like a high potential, like based on how you want to play it.
All right, so Bumpa's Hammer got nerfed, which means that we haven't seen too much
That's
Baron.
Like E tier, I think.
Yeah, so I had to add him just in case. You still think there's value in the Baron solo, even with the nerfs, or just no one's picking Baron anymore?
You pick him for late, and if typically you go late with Bomba's Hammer, and now, like, what's the point? I feel the same way about Hades when we get to him. Like, there's not much of a point.
So E?
All
right, we can just grab Hades if you want.
Yeah, I kind of want to put him in. He, in my opinion, he's the same as Baron.
Yeah, like, I think they go hand in hand. They're ult bots, and they go Bumbas. If you can't get that value, why are you playing
They're, like,
them?
safe in lane as well. They don't kill you, but they won't die, or they won't, like, ruin your game, I guess.
That makes sense. Two assassins that are part of the same coin IMO is the Bastet and the Kalina. were pretty potent at the beginning of the season, like full damage hybrid builds. They've been nerfed, and now no one plays them in the solo lane. Do you think they're the same? Like, if you were going to rank them both, would you say they're similar, or you think they're different?
I think they're very similar playstyle. I think Kalina does it a bit better, though.
Okay.
I just don't think Best did, like, I don't know, I didn't understand it ever since she got nerfed. She got hit quite hard, in my opinion, a bit too hard, so I don't really see the value in that pick. If you're going to play just a damage character, like, you might as well just play Kalina, right?
Okay.
I still think there's some value in it, maybe like C tier, I guess, territory, because she will not lose lanes, she will win trades, she will like poke well, she's quite quick around the map. It's just that a lot of the value isn't really there, I think, if you really want a character like that.
Okay, so let's just, for the sake of argument,
I'd say
Kalina
B,
as well.
Kalina is B.
Okay, a little bit better than the
Yeah,
best.
I'd say Kalina is B.
Okay, all right.
It's like same.
So now we got Cabrakan, who plays like every role at the moment. Every time I see it first picked, I have no idea where it's going. Do you value it in solo lane, or do you think leave it for support and sometimes jungle and sometimes mid?
I think his itemization is, again, a little bit worse because, okay, to be fair, he's good with Gem of Focus. I think if you go Gem of, like, Conduit Gem, start on him into Gem of Focus late, I think it's pretty good because you can just proc your 3, you know? You can, like, 3 and cancel it instantly, you, like, keep the stacks. So it's kind of nice. I think this was also a big bump as abuser back when it was good.
Fair.
His early game value is definitely there. His mana got fixed with the earring, which is a pretty big deal as well. He's not a great, like, power. He's not faster on the map, basically, right? Like, he doesn't
the
power
slow
farm.
rotations, you need like teleport, and at that point you don't have a survivability relic.
Some itemization can be a bit awkward if you wanna, like, you can't have a good lane and good team fight with Cabrakan. You kind of have to pick, which is why I hate his itemization. But I'd say all in all, like, pretty solid. Maybe B tier.
Really? That was you kind of roasted him a lot for B tier. I thought you were going right next to Ardio at that point.
I mean, I like playing Cab as well.
Okay.
It's just that his itemization, like, the main thing I would say I want to roast about him is the fact that you have to either itemize for lane or for team fight, and then one of them is gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
But if you play it right, I think it should be fine. Right?
Okay, all right. Cerberus is a character that I haven't seen in quite some time, and when the supports came into studio, they said the worst Guardian in the game. Is this something you can agree with?
Probably.
I see your eyes going, so
Probably.
you're agreeing. All right, so
Probably.
Do you
There's
think
no value. You know what the value in Cerberus is?
the anti-heal?
He can secure blue.
He's got big bursts.
He's good at securing
His
blue.
one does damage. That's about it. All right, so
E tier.
all right. So
Nothing else I even want to say positive about
there we
him.
go. All right, we don't have to. This is the feels tier list, and Cerb feels bad. Camazotz, we've seen some Camazotz solo, not as of recent, but he's been around. I don't imagine in the same conversation as Bastet and Kalina, though. I think it's a different play style.
He is. He basically just has damage again, right?
Right.
He's more of a win lane, lose game kind of character.
All right, so where would you value him as a
Probably
win-win lose
D tier. I see him the same as like R tier. You literally are just fighting. If you're farming, it's probably not great. And late game, I don't like it much.
All right, so surprisingly during the Summer Masters, we've actually seen a fair bit of Chalk, more than I would have expected. Do you see why people are playing Chalk, or?
I think it's easy to be effective with him.
Okay.
And the same, I'm going to compare him with Nemesis, but they're like night and day, you know? But like they're in the same boat.
You mean
Nemesis is like first class in that boat. Chalk is like economy class in that boat, you know? Like they're just easy to do.
They're hard to mess up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's
what I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
So where do you think Chalk ranks then?
Uh,
Because like you can't miss a Chockle. Like maybe you could.
Yeah,
but
it's just
it's
like
hard.
yeah. I'd put him like C tier, I think.
All right, Chalk, middle of the pack.
There's some value in him. Like his 1-3 combo is good late. His ult's just always good as well. Some like build paths feel great on him as well. I don't know. I feel like he has potential in terms of, just like general feel and play to him. Like you can play in multiple ways. You don't have to lock yourself into one playstyle.
All right. What about Kakolin though? Final K's nicknamed this the Budget King Arthur. Do you think that makes sense as Kakolin? Just get some Glad Shield, get your procs. You're gonna fight in lane, that sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Okay,
ever since the HP change patch, when was that? Like 9.5 was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You basically like transform every wave, which is kind of brutal. And people are itemizing very defensively, so even though he doesn't have any sustain, he might as well have a sustain, right? He feels great, honestly. He feels like really, really
great.
good.
Okay.
I wouldn't say the same boat as Bellona, like S tier. I'd say A tier.
All right, we got our first A tier then. All right, Kakolin feels great. Cthulhu just comes in and out, honestly. I feel like he's in the meta like crazy for like 2 weeks, and then he's gone for a while again. What do you think about Cthulhu?
I think Cthulhu is great with his ult, and that's it, right?
Yeah,
like
of course.
That's literally the only reason you play this god.
Right.
I don't know why he isn't in the meta right now. I guess some people play him, right?
Yeah, there was like 2-3 weeks ago we had the Morgan Cthulhu come back into fruition for a bit, and then he just like goes away again. So it really just depends.
Maybe just like a flavor, honestly.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, he's not a very fun character. So
No,
I don't blame people for not playing him. I think maybe it literally just is like, Cthulhu is like great, let's play him now. And then it's like, okay, guys, I've played enough Cthulhu games.
I mean, when you ult, you're going crazy, then your ult's gone. You're like, all right, I'll see you guys in like 90 seconds. All right, so what do you think about Cthulhu rank-wise?
Probably like C.
Yeah, I'm getting those vibes as well. I mean, he's boring, but once you ult, you're like, this is so fun, and then you're like, all right, back to being a guardian again. All right, Gilgamesh, not too much played in solo lane, but I think there's some value there, at least to put it on the list. What do you think about Gil?
He's fun as hell, though.
Yeah, he's very fun.
He's one of the. He's actually been one of the more fun solo laners for me lately. Like sometimes when I'm not feeling anything in particular, I just like, okay, I'll play Gil.
I mean, hitting his kick like off a minion is one of the most satisfying abilities in the game.
His laning, even though it's not very good, it feels fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you have to cash in all of your abilities to clear a wave, which is brutal. Like it's actually unbelievably bad, but that's kind of fun.
I think I saw a clip of you, Gilgamesh incoming. Is that?
I did RP Gil. Can we go S?
Yeah. All right, let's put him S. Let's do it. Yeah. Did I have it? Yeah, I saw.
Honestly, like he's fun as hell. Like even if he's not good, I recommend Gilgamesh.
All right. What about Guan Yu? This is a pick that honestly hasn't been played in quite some time. He's got some cooldown resets. Bobble hasn't been used too much on really any of these warriors, but that was in the conversation.
Bro, if you go Guan Yu, you buy the shield earrings.
Yeah.
You buy those.
Yeah.
And then you just like scream shield whenever you heal. It does nothing, but like it's kind of funny.
So you're saying just aesthetically, you get the Fey blessed hoops, and then you just yell shield every time.
You like make sure everybody turns on comms as well, so they know.
I'll just
like,
type it every single time I heal. Just
shields.
Guys, shields. Make sure you're picking them up. So.
Fun-wise, I would say A with the new items as well. Like, I mean, to be fair, he is like solid. You can buy Soul Eater on him. I've been trying out Soul Eater builds on him. They actually don't feel bad. You can go like standard breastplate, glad shield stuff, whatever the hell you want. I would not recommend Solve on him, but you do you, I guess. I'd say the itemization is like he's open to build whatever the hell he wants right now, and a lot of the new items just work well with him. Also, like second relic slot, you don't really need beads on Guan often, so you can like pick up something nice.
I feel like you just need cooldown and you're having a good time, huh, Guan? Hercules, someone who, again, I haven't seen in the meta for quite some time. You see him every once in a while, kind of plays him a bit in the solo lane. Besides that, why isn't Herc being picked? Is he slept on? Is he bad? What's the deal?
I'd say slept on for sure.
Okay.
There's some value in Herc. I think some people feel that there's too much damage. Whenever there's too much damage, some people are just scared to play Herc in general because like, I'm gonna instantly die. My 3 isn't even gonna go off. Tough to argue that. Maybe like competitively, I guess you could say. But I think he feels good in lane. He feels great when you're just like hitting the opponent level 1. Like, what is he gonna do?
When they stack up your passive, you feel crazy.
Good wave clear. Great buff secure with his ult as well. Also, I kind of like the speedy build on him. With the new shield of regrowth change, you go like maybe Wingblade or something like that. I think he feels pretty good right now. I wouldn't say he's particularly strong. Maybe like B, C tier.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do. I imagine he's got to be in the same vein as Chalk, right? Or maybe it's a little bit better than Chalk.
Probably same.
Okay, same vein as Chalk. We'll put him C tier.
Yeah,
as well.
Actually, I wouldn't put him in the same as Amy for sure.
Okay, so we'll leave him a tier down. Populate in the C, as you should. A good curve, Yorm.
Man, he controls the totem, and that's it.
Do you put value on controlling the totem, and that's it?
If you want to control the totem, that's your god.
No, this is you. This is your tier list. Do you value him just control the totem? Oh, okay. So
E tier.
I was gonna say, is he E or is he D?
E.
Looks like you're.
I hate him. That's my least favorite character in the game, I think.
All right, that's all we needed to know. We're gonna put Yorm down there, knee as well, right there with Cerberus. So just hand in hand, the two unfortunate guardians.
Awful.
King Arthur. Again, we said Colin's budget King Arthur. Does that mean that the King Arthur's better? Is he on the same boat? Is he worse?
I don't think so. I mean, they're basically the same character.
Yeah, I think
in my
so
opinion.
as well.
Like if King Arthur is good, Cocoon is probably good.
Okay.
You buy the same items on them. You buy the same relics. You play them the same way. Put him in the same tier.
All right. That makes sense to me. They feel if they look the same, do the same, feel the same, then they're probably both A tier. Lancelot, we've seen him in the jungle. We've seen him in the solo lane. I think he's extremely fun, but does that mean that he's a good solo laner?
I mean, he pisses me off, honestly.
Okay, all right. When you're playing him, when you're facing him?
When I face him.
Okay, so when you're against him, he pisses you off.
Yeah.
So that means that he's probably good.
He is. Yeah, I can't deny that. I mean, when I play, it feels pretty good when you play him as well. Like he does, for some reason, I think he does way too much damage for no reason. On top of having 800 HP shield or whatever it is.
Crazy shield on the horse, yep.
Man, I kind of don't want to put him high just because
You don't want people to play him?
Yeah, go D.
All right. We'll put him D, but, he's actually pretty good, winky face. Okay. Now, again, this is one of those picks that,
Ooh,
I had to put on here just because you were here. No one else is playing Mulan, and honestly, you haven't even played her. You said we talked to each other before your match, and you said you'd think about playing her, but you didn't. So I'm kind of hurt about that. I wanted to call you out in front of everyone. Anyways, Mulan, what are your thoughts?
I think she's fun as hell as well. It's one of my recommendations, kind of like Gilgamesh. Like if you want to play solo lane, I think she's fun as hell.
Right.
Like your playstyle can be very creative as well. Like you can play the peel. I mean, I've seen Mulan supports. You can play the peel. Like you can play the engage sort of front line. Like front to back. You can play full dive. You can play so many starters as well. Like you can go Bluestone's good. You go Axe is pretty good. You can go to explode, like sigil. You go to sigil. You can dash in, you explode on people.
I think her two, like whenever I'm facing a Mulan support, spear thrust, she has like one shots carried.
It does so much damage.
It's disgusting. So, are you saying she's this fun, or are you saying she's like this fun?
Probably yes.
Okay, all right. And just to be clear, even if you're once you get your abilities leveled up, that's when she gets fun. When your abilities aren't leveled up, she's like not even a real character.
Yeah,
but once you get those online, then you start having a good
I think
time.
level 7 is when you typically hit it. Like if you you should always max the 2. Always max the 2 and always just use it basically whenever possible. And you should be hitting it at level 7. And then level 7 onwards, Jesus, you're a machine,
All right, there we go. Shiva has fallen off. I have not seen too much Shiva. Do you think he's still fun?
I hate that character.
You don't think he's fun?
I don't think he's fun at all.
You don't think he's fun? You don't think he does anything?
Nope, E tier.
Okay, all right.
I don't like him at all,
I
man.
love when you don't have to think about it. It means you're confident. So we're going to put Shiva down there in E tier as well. Not quite getting the vibes. Osiris has received a ton of nerfs. Was powerful in the jungle, powerful in solo, and he's still in the meta. What do you think about Osiris?
Man, I hate junglers for killing my characters so often. Osiris, now it's Osiris, dude. What's next? Bellona? Are they gonna play Bellona and kill that character? Because they killed Erlang.
Yeah, that is true.
They sure as hell killed Erlang for me.
Okay, so you think Osiris is dead?
Probably.
Okay.
They killed Bombas. They killed his 3. I don't see the value in Osiris solo anymore.
Okay.
He is literally just budget Bellona, and by budget I mean.
You can't afford to be
Bellona is like a Lamborghini, and he's like the 1980s car that probably broke down every week.
All right, so you don't want to play Osiris. Are you saying he's E tier with Shiva, or are you saying he's
I'd say D tier. He's not quite that bad,
Okay.
but my God, there's a dead character in my opinion.
All right, so Odin is a character that I haven't seen too much of as of recent. We saw Ozzy play him a bit, didn't do too well, tried to go bobble, just like infinite shields. Some value there. Do you think there's any reason to pick Odin? Just a good counter pick or not even good there?
Nah.
Not even good as a counter pick?
To be honest, right now, a lot of carries they can afford to go shell themselves.
That's true.
So oftentimes when you play Odin, you play against 3 phantom shells, and then what do? You just do by the time you got all 3, the first one is back.
Yep.
His team fight just sucks outside of the ult.
Yeah, if you're not Cajun, then you don't bring any value to the team fight.
Yeah.
So you think he's like E?
I think E.
Okay.
E, yeah.
All right. Surely Sun Wukong's a fun character.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, I was gonna say, surely you're having fun playing Wukong.
Yep, that's a fast character. He feels fun. You can itemize in a very fun way as well. Like you can go quite a bit of damage.
Because you got your ult. Yeah, you can go damage.
You just clear everything fast. You're he's really strong in lane. I don't know if you played against Wukong in lane, but level 1 through 5, you do not want to mess with Wukong much, honestly, because that passive is just brutal.
Yeah.
Every time you get him below half HP, you think you're winning, then he starts hitting you when he gets his passive, and he just dominates. I'd say A tier even.
Okay.
Maybe, man, I kind of want to put Amy A tier as well.
This is your tier list. You're saying.
And I want to put Herc B.
Herc B.
Herc B.
Wukong also A.
Wukong A.
Okay.
This looks much better.
There we go. And see, you can always look back and reflect after you place other characters. Wukong, extremely fun. Herc, a little bit more fun than we thought. All right, Nike. Now, this is not a fun character. I was going to say, I really hope you're not about to tell me Nike's sneaky OP, because she's not.
No.
Not a fun character, extremely boring in lane. What are you thinking about Nike?
I mean, I can't think of a single way to make her fun even.
Okay.
Like, I've honestly tried playing her, and every time I played her, I couldn't, like... Thing is, like, what do you even do on this character, you know? What, you just blink ult. Whoa,
That's
you blink ult?
That is true.
I could do that on every other fucking character as well.
All right, so you thinking, like, E tier with Odin, or is there a little bit more value there?
E tier, I think.
All right. Okay, so we had to bring up this discussion. All right. Tier is extremely fun, right? That goes without saying. And in the right matchup, he goes crazy. But there's certain times when playing tier feels awful. Because I've played tier plenty of times and I'm just like, I can't do anything. But that doesn't seem to happen whenever you pull out tier. So are you pulling out tier in the best moments, or are you just going crazy? Take your time.
I think tier, I always, well, you know, my S tier is like strong suggestions for ranked solo lane and stuff like that. He would go there.
Okay.
And the reason for it,
let's put him there.
Yeah, I'll explain. So, whenever you play ranked solo lane,
right,
you know there's always that pesky jungler.
Of course.
Wanting to ruin your day.
Yeah.
He just wants to ruin your day. But when you pick tier, you don't let that happen.
No.
You don't let some scrub ruin your day. You don't let him do it. He's not gonna come to your lane. What's he gonna do? Kill you? He's not gonna kill you. You can enjoy your game, like just minding your own business, free of any pesky jungler ganks, any blue invades. Like, you know, you're just
gonna fast track the late game, and then
you're just you're just chilling. You're playing your own game. You're like in your own bubble when you play tier. Like the rest of the game isn't even happening. If you want to influence it, you can go do it. But if you don't have to. Like, nobody's gonna bother you. Nobody's gonna want to try and kill you. It's not gonna happen.
There you go. I feel like, and that's the thing. Sometimes people look at tier with like Wingblade and like all these tank stats, like, all right, we can't kill him. Let's try and ignore him. And then we learn what happens when you try to ignore him. It doesn't work. So that's why.
But when you play ranked and they ignore you, perfect. You can do your thing. You can do your thing.
All right. So now on the completely opposite side of the spectrum, we have Vamana, who I don't think is that fun. I don't even think really is a solo lane anymore. I've been played a lot in the jungle.
There's one good thing about Vamana. I think farming as Vamana feels nice.
Okay.
Like, you're pretty fast on the map. You clear buffs pretty fast.
Right.
When you like shoot out the umbrella, it feels kind of nice.
Okay.
Like boomerang back.
Yeah, like umbrella ring.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah. So like how nice though? Like
B tier nice.
Okay.
B tier nice.
B tier nice. That's crazy.
No,
what?
D.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, what the hell?
I was gonna say, bro, what, you were playing late game Vamana when they just pop hunk and kill you? Yeah. All right, so now, I mean, come on. Well, this was a thing back in the day. Surely Bumbus Hammer made the Geb solo a little bit better, but now that it's nerfed, is anyone playing Geb solo anymore? Is Gebwalker a thing, or is it retired?
Not with Bumbus being nerfed.
So Gebwalker's retired.
Yep. The way you'd play him, it would almost feel like a Vamana.
Right.
Like, you'd be clearing things sort of at the same pace, maybe a bit slower, I guess, because you're magical. Mm-hmm. Like, you'd clear waves pretty fast. You know, you'd roll through them, you go do backs and stuff. But not like, what are you farming for now?
Yeah.
There's no Boombas.
Yep.
There's nothing exciting at the end at level 20 anymore.
There's no gold at the end of the rainbow.
Nope. E tier, I think.
Unfortunate. We'll all pray for the comeback of the Geb solo. Now, you made me put Erlong in this.
Yeah.
I personally was not going to. So tell me why Erlong is on this tier list.
He feels great level 1 through 5. Like, you can get a good game. I'll keep going. I didn't stop.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
You can get yourself a good game going, I think, with Erlang.
Okay.
He is quite hard to kill right now because his 3 doesn't get stopped by everything. Like, you're immune to slows and stuff, you know?
Right.
You're actually safe. His boxing is great. Like, you can out-trade certain top-tier box characters as well. You can itemize kind of cool with him as well.
So is your whole play style revolving around getting an early kill, or you just mean you're extremely safe 1 through 5?
Well, you can do both, yeah. Like, I think I've had like the most early kills on Erlang, to be honest. But you're also super safe. Like, you could just literally go to lane, hit the opponent. Like, you will win no matter what. You will just like win the trade.
What starter item do you go?
Death Toll.
Death Toll? Okay, so Death Toll Erlong solo has some value. How much value though? Are you talking C tier?
I'm talking like B tier, I think.
Okay, all right. Even
I think you can get like a nice game going with Erlang. Like, you're not gonna. you're not gonna pick Erlang and cry about it for 10 minutes. You're gonna pick Erlang. You're gonna feel damn good for like 20 minutes.
All right.
And then maybe past that you might not feel great, but
that's.
But at that point you already got most of the game out of the way, like by feeling good in it.
Yeah,
you know?
if you feel good for 20 minutes, you had a good game. I think that
like,
makes sense.
You're pretty happy about it.
All right, Horus again. I've only seen Haddix play in the SPL. Are you playing Horus solo in your ranked games?
Yeah, I tried it. I mean, I've seen a lot of people try it. Actually, it was trending for a little bit. I would say, I think his team fight is very interesting. Like probably one of the more interesting like playstyles in a team fight from solo lane side. In lane, he's a bit lame. Like you can only 3-tier minions.
Are you building Golden Blade?
Yeah, you go Golden Blade.
Because you kind of have to, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, you can't play the game. Because the way you want to play it is you want to max your 2 to like fight him, and then you clear with the 1. If you like max the 1, then you kind of just can clear the wave and that's it. Like you can't really fight back or anything. I'd say it's pretty solid. Like you can definitely get a good game going on him no matter what.
Okay.
Like B tier, I'd say.
All right. So B tier. So what I'm gathering here is like from this tier up, you can have a good game going, like no matter what. From here down, you're gonna run into some struggles based on who you're facing. Okay. So that's a good bar for you guys at home to use this list to your advantage.
Except for this one here.
Yeah, except Lancelot. Again, he's much better, but cringe. There you go. Okay. Rat solo. Great early game. You got some good rotations. I imagine feels pretty fun. What do you think?
You're like super fast with Rat. I mean, if you're not proxying with Rat, you are misplaying. I think. Yeah. Same with him and Thor. I would like almost put in the same category.
Okay.
You just want to clear the wave dip. Typically, you're not gonna run into too many troublesome matchups. I'd say maybe like top end warriors can be troublesome for Thor. Like Bellona is kind of tough. Arthur, Coco, and stuff like that. For Rat, same thing. Like, but that's only if you choose to directly fight them. Like you should not directly fight a lot of these.
You're saying if you're even sitting in lane, you're doing it wrong. Like clear the wave and go.
Yeah,
like you go to the jungle proxy. You don't want to be sitting there.
You don't want to sit. You don't want to fight. You just want to go somewhere else. Like do something else.
And you're doing like what acorn are you going? Are you going the thick bark where you get the?
I go gray one, but I really also think the
stun one.
What's it called? Yeah, the stun one, like the orange one.
And thick bark.
Yeah,
gray and
those
yellow.
two? Yep. Yeah, those two. I think those are like the best ones. I mean, I think the yellow one is more fun.
Yeah, because that one gives you more acorn blast, and then the other one gives you 2 charges of your 2, which I think both are, depends on how you're feeling that day.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that. It depends how you're feeling on that day. Both are good.
So where are you thinking, Racco? It's got to be C or higher, surely.
I'm thinking like B or A, something like that. Okay. I'd say maybe Rat A and Thor B. Because they are pretty similar.
All right, so you've done the discussion for both of them already. Just Thor does a little bit worse because again, for Thor you have to use your hammer, all right? Like, and that's always dangerous. Whereas Rat, you're not dashing the wave too often unless you're completely safe.
Plus Rat, if you dash and then you start fighting, you like actually get your cooldown back, like because you hit people.
Robin fell off. You can't get Lono's mask and Sigil anymore because Lono's is a starter, and I think that had something to do with it. Do you think there's still a reason to play the Robin solo? And if you are playing it, are you having fun? That's the better question.
I don't know. I mean, you might be having fun, but I don't know if you're having that much fun anymore. I would honestly put him same as Chalk.
Okay.
Because you sort of are unkillable. Like, I don't really see who's going to kill you through, if you go Soul Eater especially, you have your 3 heal, you have the shield. Like, you're pretty damn tanky.
Right.
Your boxing is great. Your team fight is just kind of awful. But it's the same as Chalk, right? Like, you're kind of chilling in lane, you're feeling good about it, but then you actually start like being a bit more, getting in there, like being more impactful with the team, and then you're just like, I kind of want to play someone else.
Yeah, I think Robin's got great matchups into most mages, but then La Hunter's late game.
He doesn't do anything.
It's like you can immune the burst ult and you're feeling good, but you're like, these autos are shredding me. And now we have possibly the 2 most boring solo laners that are in the meta ever. I mean,
no, Jorm is the most.
Jorm's the most boring. I personally, whenever I'm casting and I see Sobek locked in, I just like lean back and I'm like, I'm gonna sit down. There's nothing that's gonna happen in this lane. What do you think about the solo Beck?
I think Sobek is great though.
I mean, I'm not saying he's bad. I just think that's a boring lane.
I would put that shit in S almost.
You want to put him in S?
I want to put him in. You know why I want to put him in S?
Tell me.
The same reason as tier. You lock in the Sobek.
They're going to ignore you.
They're not going to bother you.
Okay.
Those pesky junglers, they're not going to do anything anymore. You locked in your Sobek. What are they going to do? Gank you?
No.
They're not going to kill you.
That's what I'm saying. There's never any fights in solo lane whenever you see a Sobek. There's never any like buff invades. It's just he's just going to go. If you run out of mana, he's going to ult. And it's like there's never. But
what are they going to do?
You're saying that's interesting because you don't have to worry about junglers. So I get that.
As a solo laner, like you pick Sobek, you're feeling great.
Yeah.
For the whole game, you're feeling great.
I'm saying as a spectator, I don't want to see Sobek.
Yeah, sure. But like that's your
But
job.
no, this is your department. That makes more sense. So Sobek, if you don't want to be ganked by these pesky junglers, you lock in the Sobek. Do you think Xing Chen's in the same sort of style, or?
A little bit worse. I'd put him like A tier.
Okay.
Sort of same. Like
extremely survivable.
He's
got some decent like clear once you get online. Are you going conduit gem? What's
you go conduit on both. You go conduit. I like to go conduit warlocks, but you can go whatever you want. You can go like conduit breastplate. You know, it doesn't matter. And on Xing Chen in particular, you'll two-shot the wave level 1 actually, which is kind of crazy. Your totems won't be very strong as Xing Chen or Sobek, but your buff clear is like decent. You don't really have to leave your lane too much. You know, you're kind of chilling in there. You're comfortable. You can like check some backs here and there, like, if you have time, because sometimes those gladiator minions come in and you're struggling. But in team fights, they're also kind of nice. Like they have tools for pretty much everything that they're planning on throwing at you. So
yeah, pretty unkillable late game. So now that we have the full list here, just take a good once over because I know you changed your mind before. Is there anything jumping at you that you want to change? I mean, we did the we placed Kleena very early on. I think you were cool with that one. The airy solo.
These are all good, I think, man. This is like spot on.
You're locked in. So this gives the Deathwalker seal.
Maybe Guan B. That's like sort of my.
Okay, you want to put Guan down?
Yeah, I don't feel as good about like Guan in this category.
Right. When you look at all the people surrounding him. Okay, so now that you've seen it, you're all good.
I think this is good, yeah.
All right, so everyone sitting there at home, take a look at this list. If you think there's anything wrong with it, screenshot it, tweet it at us, and we'll tell you why you're wrong. Thank you guys so much for checking this tier list out. Deathwalker, thank you for making it with us, and we'll see you guys later.
But he had the horsey, and horsey, don't you stop! Final king! A final king!
I gave up dabbing for Lynn.
Cool. No more dabbing for Final King. He looked at me and said, I'm going to be on that stage next year. I'm going to become a world champion.
Ripping through! Titan